Hello, and welcome to the show From Ground to Great, a business aviation and personal growth podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Ruiz Jimenez, and this is episode 2, part 2, with Jeremy Janousky. Jeremy is the COO of Travel Radar, an aviation news outlet, as well as the business development manager at Air Market Group. So without further ado, here's part 2 of the episode. Enjoy.
See ya, Big Chief.
Yeah, peace.
Hey, on your way out, can you just turn the bottom lock?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like open the door, turn the bottom lock, and shut it.
Cool dude, man.
Yeah. Dude, great style.
Huh?
He's got a great style.
I like this shirt.
He's always dressed like that.
Yeah, I like that shirt. Bro, I've been wanting to buy a rugby polo shirt for the longest time.
But you know what the thing with Shake is that like he's had those shirts always. Like
he just recycles them.
Like his style, he lets time catch up to his style. You know, like his style's not like from the past. It's not from like it's not in the future.
Yeah,
He's like
always
it's his
been
style,
Jake.
and then society will occasionally catch up the Shake for a bit, and then it'll drag behind.
That's funny. That's funny. It's like
occasionally society comes to its fucking senses, and it's like we're going at
this.
Shake's place. We're at his doorstep.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm glad you guys showed up.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been here. I've always been repping. Yeah.
Can I get you a glass of water or something?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what really to do. Okay, if you want to share style.
If you insist. That's like this one podcast I heard, Huberman Lab. He was like, you know Huberman Lab?
Yeah, of course.
Dude, that's such a good podcast. He's talking to his most recent guest. I forgot what his name is, but the podcast was about like creativity, which is funny that we talked about it earlier. But he was saying how
wait, who was his first guest?
No, his newest guest, the most recent one.
Not to ruin the vibe or anything, but this is fun.
The podcast?
Oh,
dude, it's so much. We had a good time. We had good conversations, bro. Yeah, it was a good point when Jake started talking about like the ghost shit and stuff.
Oof, no better way to loosen up, man.
Yeah.
Fell under some common thread.
Yeah, bro. He was talking about it, and then he's like, bro, I wouldn't want to see like an apparition or some shit, and then I see that light, that light that's like right there, like, and I was like, oh shit, like I kept looking at it for some reason. I was like, oh, is that a fucking, I mean, it's always there, but yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Shake's the craziest guy I know.
That's a crazy
if you
story.
have problems, like if you have like business development problems, that's the type of nasty dude you want in a focus group. Like Taco Bell needs a new flavor. They got maybe like 5 different options. Yeah. You don't need like a panel of 8 people testing that shit. Shake will tell. And he'll try a bite of 2 of the tacos, and he'll tell you what the 4th and 5th option should be, how to advertise it, and which select locations to try out the taco.
That's what that is. That's right. That is what he does.
It will be the only location where it will sell really well, and it won't do better in any other location. No other franchise you can sell these things. It's like, you better... I mean, if you put the Fritos in this shell, and I mean, put the cheese, I don't know it doesn't matter really, but whatever it matters to you, just, give it to the 1,200 locations here and whatever.
See what happens.
I don't really know what you want me to do.
Yeah. And then you just makes a hit.
It's like it's the best thing. It's like the Filet-O-Fish of Taco Bell, dude. And you got like fake Taco Bells in Saudi Arabia, like Nigeria. They're just faking the hell out of it, like an American Taco Bell.
He says fake Taco. Well, it's different. It's like McDonald's, right? Like
KFC, dude. You ever been to the Middle East before?
No.
There's imitation KFC everywhere.
Is it called KFC?
No, it's like
no.
It's like Kuwait fried chicken or something.
But it's still right.
It's always almost KFC. It's always almost KFC. Like the logo's just
like I can't believe it's not butter type shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Or like when you can get
but it looks exactly like the colors are the same. Yeah, like Aldi, the store brand things of like Nutella. Oh yeah, you like first glance. Oh yeah, that's Nutella. Yeah. And you look and be like, oh shit, the ingredients are better on the Aldi brand Nutella. It doesn't have any corn syrup. It's just sugar. Yeah. But you're like, this isn't Nutella though. Nutella's a German creation, right?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a German creation.
It's German.
Yeah? Yeah. Oh, no kidding.
I mean...
So how you feel about it?
It ain't the worst thing they've done. We'll just say that.
It's not the worst
thing.
Hey, yo.
What's a couple of trees, you know? What's a couple of palm trees? Like,
I know exactly what joke you're hitting right now.
Why can't we competition for other stuff, you know?
It's not the worst thing they've done.
Is that the first petition we're going to see? Okay, yeah. Okay, they'll stop at that? Yeah, okay.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool guy, man.
Save the orangutans.
Save the orangutans. Go save them.
Personally, I've never known a dead orangutan. I've only seen them in documentaries, and they've always been alive.
I think I've seen one in person. I think I've seen an orangutan in person. I think it was the Sacramento Zoo.
Oh yeah, probably would. Okay. I was like, maybe I have too, but I'm like, anything that I think could have been an orangutan probably wasn't.
Probably wasn't.
Just
some shaggy old dude.
Yeah, right. Just some like, it probably I just kind of reckon it's definitely not an orangutan that I saw. Like whatever it is, it's definitely not that animal.
That's funny.
Yeah.
The chick that you were showing me, that was the girl from the flight.
Plane. Yeah.
Nice. That's a good picture. Yeah. You guys still keep in touch, or
no,
it ended kind of bad?
I looked her up on Instagram, maybe like a couple of weeks ago. I mean, geez, we haven't talked to each other in over a year, right?
Yeah, because this was exactly a year ago when he invited her to the Christmas party. This is in December.
Yeah. So I looked her up on Instagram, and she's together with a nice guy, and I'm like, I feel happy for her. It wasn't a bad breakup. It was like,
no, I mean, you were generally concerned, or it was like, it was like,
it was like I was concerned for her, and then I was also had the objective being like,
I can't be in a relationship,
solve the problem, or I knew which way was up. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew what I had to do. Right? Yeah. There's like two ways to do it. It's like, okay, break up and good luck, or it's like, figure it out, we'll stay together, right? But it's like, I'm not going to be in a relationship with anyone. I don't want to even surround myself with people who see danger coming and they're contributing to it. Nonetheless, like, not even doing anything. Well, stop it, you know?
I feel like she's like...
like, what would you do?
She's like pointing fingers when she's not even noticing that she herself is
I think she knows it, but she won't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wouldn't take action.
Yeah,
but
that's kind of that's
like, what would you do? Like,
I would have done exactly what you've done.
Yeah, because like you can die from liver failure. Like, it's not a good path. It's not that you're just always drinking. It's that like you're gonna have health problems. Like your life is gonna go out of whack, right?
Yeah.
So, like, what would you do if you could prevent that? Like, if someone said, like, all you have to do is not drink and you will have healthy organs, you'll, basically not be fucked up.
Yeah.
You would probably not drink, right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think drinking occasionally is, fine.
Oh, yeah, but like
when when it's like that much. If I was in your position, man, I would have been like, I probably would have stopped at one point and be like, hey, like, I've noticed that...
Like, blacking out occasionally when you're 22 is that's just kind of given,
that's part of the age, right? But
you can tell when it's a
if it's getting a habit,
verging onto an addiction.
Yeah.
Or like, it's like fostering an addiction.
And if I was in a relationship too, I'd be like, hey, like, I really care about you. I like how things are going. And because of that, I'm telling you what I'm seeing right now that could be a future problem.
Yeah.
And that I won't be able to be with someone who's having a problem like that,
Yeah.
So it's like,
but you wouldn't want to
figure it out,
like lying to them in a way where you're like, no, everything's fine. It's okay.
Well, you wouldn't really care about the person at that point. I feel like you wouldn't care.
I think some people do, but maybe they just don't have the
the guts,
the balls to say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to put themselves in a position like that because maybe
have to break their
in the back of their mind, they're maybe like, oh, maybe she gets blacked out a lot, but like won't become out. Like, there's almost like a part of people who are falsely optimistic, which I think is a good thing to be like optimistic, right? Hopeful about people, because I am very hopefully, like, I think the best of people, like over an 80-year lifespan, you know, you might have like a person who's just like really shitty to talk to right now, and for the next 10 years too. But like when they're 80, it's like, that's an interesting person. Like, I'm very hopeful for people that I don't even know, right? Nonetheless, people I know, you know, but even the people, you know, bullies, assholes that you just meet every now and then, to the most amazing people ever. I'm always just naturally just kind of curiously and optimistic for them to just kind of
become better
in life. Yeah. So, you know, whether better or not, it's like, you know, I'm for people. I'm on everyone's side, you know, but in that case, it's like, I'm on your side because I'm being honest with you. You're not seeing something. I see it, right? So I'm pointing it out to you.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, just couldn't do it. So that was that.
Yeah. I've been in a position where I went to church, and I had this friend. We golfed a lot. Or the reason we became friends because he golfed and I golfed.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we'd go golfing. But he was really negative in his mindset. Like, and to be fair, he was brought up in a way that I could see where he's coming from, like why he like pushes himself down a lot.
Yeah. You can't have that negativity around you.
You cannot. No, it's
like,
infectious.
It's one thing
it's
to
infectious.
Have negativity, like a very like critical, like I could always be better. I could always.
Well, that's not that's still being positive. That's
but there's like a positive objective. You know what I'm saying? Like you're on a mission to create something better, but negativity is sometimes what people use to make themselves better. Like that really just that
like a fuel, right?
Critical,
But no, this guy was man. Like he just always like would put himself down, and I told him like straight up, like, hey man, like I really like hanging out with you. You know, I feel like I've known you long enough where like I feel like we can be good friends.
Yeah.
But however, I've noticed that you have a negative mindset, that you blame your childhood, you know, because of what
and it's not your childhood anymore.
And it's not your childhood anymore. You're in the present now, and you're able to change how you look at life. And I personally cannot hang around people that are negative, because negativity is infectious, and I can't have that in my life.
So is positivity too.
And positivity is any emotion is really infectious, you know. So, you know, I said I can help you, you know, change, and I can recommend books and stuff, or you know, this will be it. And you know, we had a good run. And he was like, "Oh man, yeah, you're right, but man, like," and he kept talking about his childhood. You know, I'm like, okay, it's not gonna work, right? You know, the answer I was looking for was, well, shit, man, that's kind of a lot to take in, but I think you're right.
Yeah,
what can I do?
It.
Yeah, like, oh, but you know,
see that. So you pointed it out.
Like, oh, what can I do? You know, and I'd be like, oh, perfect. Well, what do you think you can start doing? Oh, okay, I have some books that you could read if you'd like to, you know, improve. But yeah, same scenario, but you know, different.
You just kind of also like get a little bit more, further along in life, and then you start to find yourself a little bit more distant from people who kind of have like that negative mindset, or more so not willing to. It's very weird, man. It's like sometimes when people go to college and then graduate, they kind of like stagnate and settle into their new reality, which is post-college, early career, right? And it's like there's no more learning that takes place after that. Like you may pick up a new hobby or two, but you're really just kind of transitioning into the flow of life that like of that society, of your own little subculture, right? Of your new identity as like in the workplace, right? But when that happens, you can kind of see like a differentiating factor between, like, you kind of see people who are like always always kind of a little bit curious going further along, and they're usually not the perfect people, right? They usually got some like quirks rough around the edges, but they're curious, they don't really stop. They always tend to stay in motion and love exploring things, and they're really interesting people to be around. Those are the types of people that like will collect rocks and like sand them down because they like to look at the shavings underneath the microscope. It's like that really means nothing to me. I have no interest in that, but I have interest in the people who are curious. And almost curious to a fault, right? That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting.
And that's sincere. That's the type of energy you want to surround yourself.
That's a good point.
Yeah, because they're honest.
Yeah.
But with some people, they just kind of, I forgot where we're going with this.
Surrounding yourself with positive people, surrounding yourself with people that are curious is something that you like to do.
Yeah, so those people over time, especially like post 22 years old, college graduating age-ish, right? Around that time frame, some people kind of transition a little bit, they progress a little bit, and then they settle in, right? And then there's some people who have always been kind of one foot very comfortable and settled in, the other, they're just out exploring, and they never really stop exploring and learning. Those are the people that you want to be around. But also when you're in that group, that good group, that whatever group fits you best. If you want to settle and, just be with, I guess the vast majority of people, it's like, then power to you, right?
Yeah.
But you kind of notice this growing distance between the learners and the people who settle, be around, right?
Yeah.
If you're if you want to be part of that like lifestyle, then cool, you're over here. And then there's like a growing distance between people who that's their identity. They go to work, they wake up, they go to sleep, etc. This group is very interesting to be around in my preference, but once you see the gap, you tend to notice that there's a lot of other interesting things to do, and then you get to sort out the people who you want to... You tend to find the traits of the people that you want to be around, right?
Yeah.
So before that, when you're like 20 or like in college, you may not really kind of... Before you can see the gap, you may actually confuse negative people with your own optimistic thoughts of, maybe they're not negative forever, which they probably may not be negative forever, probably not. But eventually you're reaching down to help those people out. And if you like them enough, they're actually worth being around for you, then they'll, kind of take the help and they'll be all right, and they'll get up and see something a little bit differently. But sometimes you counter those people, you got to leave them behind because they're so heavy. The baggage is so weighs so much that they'll just kind of take you down, and they'll bring you back, and you won't be able to do the things you want to do because they're dragging you down.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot I kind of have a different life than most people from like back home from my high school. I mean, I also don't go to college. I'm doing online college now, but my life is pretty different from them. And I feel like it's a
pretty straightforward place, right?
It's pretty straightforward. They just, it's almost like do 9 to 5, or go high school, college, get out 9 to 5, get a good job, live in a good place, and in a nice suburban area, and then grow up, have a family, bada bing, bada boom. And a lot of people have that mindset there, and it's not like exactly how you were saying, like curious or wanting more and wanting to really like be ambitious. Maybe you don't know what you want to be ambitious for, but it's like you feel the energy, and I'm sure you understand that, where like you meet someone where it's like, I don't know yet what I want to do, but man, like I have one foot, maybe I'm going to school right now, or I'm going to college, but my other foot, like you were saying, is wanting to explore more, wanting to gather more information, be like a sponge, and try to learn as much as you can.
Yeah, that's something
and build,
I don't think you can always maintain in school. It's kind of I guess an unpopular opinion here, right?
What do you mean?
I don't think you can always maintain learning, but like passionate learning is something that I don't always correlate with school.
I agree.
Academics, yeah.
I mean,
or like traditional Western academics.
Yeah.
You know, like if you have a door in a classroom, it's like you're leaving, some stuff doesn't fit through the doorway, and that's usually the most interesting contextual learning, right?
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Not to mention kinesthetic.
Yeah, like the feeling of it.
Oof, yeah. The exposure to being in it, right? But I think you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. And that's really cool that you say that. And you know what? Especially for me, like it's funny that you mentioned that, because right now in my life, I've been starting to notice, and I've been telling myself more, like the reason I created this podcast is because I want to be with more people that are exactly how you describe, you know? So, because I've noticed that where I am right now, I get good people, and I try to take bits and parts and pieces of stuff that I like from what I learn from other people, because I like to learn from other people, just like how the way they are, or they act, or their outlook in life and stuff, and I'll apply it to my own life, positive things. But I feel I've had the feeling and the urge to want to go out and just meet more people who are exactly like you were saying, more curious, more ambitious. And that's literally why I created the podcast. Yeah, so that's funny that you mentioned that, and that's why I had you on the. I want to hang out more with you and Hakar and Jake seemed pretty cool too. But like people that are wanting to build something, you have the feeling that you're meant to do more than what than what you are doing now, and what you're doing now is great, but there's this huge potential that you can't put your finger on it what it is, but it's there.
Possibly. Yeah. But I just don't feel like society had anything that I was interested in. Mm-hmm. Like if this was
I think it's like one
like a bit like if I could interview for this, it was like, I wouldn't need to create anything. But it doesn't exist anywhere else, so you kind of have to manufacture your own path.
Well, that's kind of what a company is, yeah.
Yeah. Some people
or be an entrepreneur.
A company just to be in charge.
Yeah, that's true, right? Some people just want to,
It's pretty sick, man.
Yeah, or like just that. Well,
it's pretty ugly.
There's the difference of wanting to lead and then just wanting power for just the sake of having it.
Be at the top, want to be
just for power's sake or
CEO.
Control.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I don't understand that, but I guess if some people like it, but I'm not even sure if everybody who wants it likes it. It's very weird. Mm-hmm. That's something I've not been able to understand.
What, like how people just want to
the appeal to be in charge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm guessing it looks pretty fun, right? It is. It actually is pretty fun, but it's I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why anybody would want it versus like doing something creative.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like for companies, I'm sure you can tell the difference between leaders that are there just to want to take control, and other ones that are there to innovate.
Yeah. People won't follow a leader willingly who's there to take control.
No, they want someone that has a vision.
People they'll know.
Yeah, it's kind of built into the DNA. You can kind of tell. Yeah. I don't know why, but that reminded me of this Netflix movie that I watched.
You watched Netflix?
Barely, but
yeah, same.
I don't watch TV as much, and that's another thing. A lot of my friends back home, they watch like a lot of TV. And
really?
I don't watch
TV, man.
Like I used to watch a lot of TV back, when I was younger. But now I really would only watch a movie like once a month, if that.
Oh yeah,
if that, yeah. But I watched this.
Do you read a lot?
I read all the time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Points.
But I used to hate reading. I
still fucking hate reading, man.
But you got books. You still read.
Yeah, I got a media company. I just can't fucking stand it.
Yeah.
Like I have to I read for information. Like I gotta.
Well, you need it. Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes I think there's like a push for people to read because it's good for you. I mean, I don't know what it brings, but I think it's just the consuming of information that's good for you. I have no fucking idea.
Well, what I read is I can't stand reading like
Without a purpose?
Yeah. And my purpose is I read a lot of like self-development books and personal. So basically, it's like I read. You don't like that?
That's so fucking gross.
I fucking love it, bro. I read. What's it called? Like it'll tell you, hey, do this.
I'm just busting your balls with a baseball bat.
Oh yeah.
Fully wrapped
just
in
like
rusted barbed wire, man.
Just like that wrench that got thrown at your buddy in the dark. Yeah. Someone turned off the lights. Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah. But yeah, I like reading it because it tells you what to do and it gives you like a historical context of you know, why you should do this and why you should apply it to your life. But I don't like reading history books.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like reading like fantasy books. I only read personal development because I feel like that's the thing that, like, it's directly telling me if you do this, your life will be 10 times better than it is right now. And that's what I strive for, you know? So it's like, why would I not read that if that's what I'm interested in?
Yeah. If you were interested in, let's say, like World War II, would you read books about World
I'd watch
War
a
II
movie.
History?
No, I just watch a movie.
Yeah, I think documentaries are the way to go, man.
Yeah, I would just watch a movie.
I know a lot of people are really into books about learning stuff like that. I don't think I could really learn much off of a book that I can't. With the amount of available media you have now and how much you can absorb simultaneously while like just kind of living life, right? Mm-hmm. I think that's absolutely underrated as to how many podcasts there are or how many documentaries there are that you could just have playing, right?
Yeah.
At the very minimum. Even if you play them 4 times, that's still a huge education there, a lot of information you're absorbing, even if it's slowly, instead of sitting down and reading. I mean, this is going to sound so like millennial Gen Z or whatever, but it, like, I think there's something to be said for like doing your laundry and then learning about World War I, right?
Yeah.
Like the French battlefields in World War I. I was like, okay, well, folding laundry, why not?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I do that. I mean, I usually listen to podcasts when I'm driving.
Yeah?
Like Huberman Lab. I've been listening to him more recently. I like the way he speaks. He speaks. I mean, he's a neuroscientist professor.
What is it, like a neurobiologist or something?
Yeah. He works with neurology. Yeah. So
he's like a brain bacteria or something like.
No, just like
makes it good.
Yeah, anything with like just like neurology. So how different chemicals affect your brain and stuff.
You ever known a neurologist before?
Like in person?
Yeah. They're really fucking weird people, man.
No, I'm sure it'd be interesting to have a conversation with them.
They're really weird, man.
Well, like what? You've met one in person?
Oh, I've known a few. Yeah. They're always. Huberman's one of the only ones that I've like heard of, even that's like not totally
weird.
Well, yeah, they're always like really distant and like oblivious to reality. It's almost like they tested drugs themselves
and it's affected them.
Yeah, people to dope them out. Yeah, it's like I don't know, but also like my dad's a physician, so we've always just known like other physicians, psychiatrists, and then neurologists are like the most like weird people there are. Like they're normal looking people, but they're just kind of like.
They got something going on, yeah.
You would think they need a neurologist, you know? Or like would need a psychiatrist.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a self-search within their own studies, yeah. Or maybe they get so caught up in their
I think they get so
those
caught up.
Studies that they lose it's not reality in a way, but it's
I think they're like 20 levels deep, man, and they're so deep. They just don't know which Yeah. I think it's a point where like some people get so introspective that they lose touch with how to like relate to their surroundings.
Yeah.
But almost in that's actually sounds really profound. What I'm saying is I think they just understand a little bit too much about the brain.
So what? And
then
they're just like, well, fuck it. This like I don't really like.
And then they're just unaware. I don't know. It'd be cool
I think they're just sucked into their studies. Yeah, or that's what it sounds like. Like you'd be so into your studies that you're so obsessed about it that like you don't really care.
Not obsessed. It's like maybe they just unlocked like a random fact and it's like ruined them. You know. Like, it might be really cool to be a neurologist, but it's like, also at the same time, back in my mind, I'm like, if I became a neurologist, would I find some shit out that, like, they don't tell us? You know what I'm saying? But it would absolutely, like, just depress me.
Would you rather know, say you were in a situation like that, would you want to find out, or would you rather just not want to, just stay ignorant?
I think if I didn't have a mission already, like aviation, I'd be more intrigued. But there's a lot of things, as frivolous as I am with, like, I don't know, just speaking freely or being quite reckless at times. There's still a method to it. Like this stuff. Hopefully, you can say a lot of things, but at the end of the day, I can always kind of still go back in aviation, right? Mm-hmm. I'm very lucky. I don't have a corporate job where if I said something on this podcast, and God forbid you put on Spotify, which by the way you definitely should. But,
I said I was putting on Spotify. That's the first thing I said.
This is gonna break my mother's heart. Maybe not yet, but
no, she'll love it. She'll love it.
Yeah, you're gonna love it, Mom.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, shout out to Jerry.
Yes,
yeah.
Everything you didn't like, I didn't say it. So, the fuck was I saying?
Saying that you can speak your mind because you're not in a corporate.
Anything, a reason, yeah. Like, if I place a hit on someone, I'm like, that's a little unsavory. Can't do that.
Unsavory.
I wouldn't do that, but, like, there's limits, obviously, but... I totally, again, forgot what we were talking about.
I was saying originally, if you would rather know some information.
Oh, right. Yes, there's a lot of, it's a very strategic chaos, right? Mm-hmm. But I think if it's what I think it is, like if I wanted to know the secret, right, behind like neurology, like, well, what's a thing that is ruining them?
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. But you would get ruined, or theoretically, right? But it's like some secret,
I would
top
become
secret
aware
thing
of
that
something.
You know about yourself.
But
it could ruin you, or
Yeah, like it's a fact maybe that they keep all right, only when you discover it. We're like, don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
But this is just that's kind of just take the joy out of your life.
Yeah. Would you want to find out? And you said,
I don't know, man, because I think it's like conspiracy theorists who are like hook, line, and sinker in every single conspiracy. Mm-hmm. Like I know a guy who everything in the government's fake. They're brainwashing you, and you need to become aware, right? Yeah. They're like, just finally wake up when you're going to see it. And then you think about it, if what they're saying is true, then I should probably go investigate, right?
Yeah.
Kind of do the scientific method. Is this, try it out, put it through experiments, whatever, right? Do your research. But at a certain point, you're like, well, is Jason happy? Is Jason living a good life? Like how often does he smile? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he's aware, but is he does he feel good? I mean, maybe it's a conspiracy, but I think feeling good feels pretty good.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't really want to take myself so seriously where I can't, just kind of be a dumb guy in society.
Yeah. That's a hard question. Yeah. I don't even know what I would say.
Yeah.
I would.
And also, I don't always really fucking care. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
if you're happy now,
if the Titanic was faked, it's like.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right.
It wasn't my fault.
I wasn't there.
I didn't do it.
Yeah. But no one that I knew was on Titanic. So.
Yeah. It was like. I mean, I wasn't the iceberg.
I wasn't the iceberg. I love those Instagram memes where it's like you'll see something and it's like and on the comments they're like, yes, this is true. I was the chair watching, or
I killed John Lennon.
Yeah. Hey, yo.
7.
Yeah, some goofy shit.
I was like, I'm not the sailor who didn't spot the iceberg.
Yeah, exactly.
I really don't care. It's a tragedy, but how
does it relate?
if I didn't know about it, I really wouldn't.
Yeah. I feel like if someone were to tell me, yo, do you want to find out the secret of, something about humans, but it might ruin the way you think for the rest of your life.
Ooh.
That, I would... I don't know. I would like to say yes, but at the same time, I feel like I would say no. Does that make sense? Like, I would want to be like, oh yeah, like I want to know, because I want to know knowledge, right? Like, who doesn't?
The forbidden fruit.
Exactly. It's like the forbidden fruit scenario, right?
Yeah.
But then you're like,
no, thank you.
Yeah, you're like, oh, but if it's gonna ruin what I already have, and I'm pretty happy
alone,
right now.
You're laying in bed, and you're like, oh, that forbidden fruit, maybe it does taste a little bit sweet.
Well, they're telling you it could fuck up your life forever. Yeah, you just don't have.
What's a little nibble of the forbidden fruit? Like a nibble won't hurt you, but man, you've been eating apples your whole life, and then you get that little Fuji Honeycrisp apple, that different apple, that sweeter, juicier apple.
How do you get enough?
It's special. I can't just take one bite. What's 2 bites? What's another little nibble?
Yeah, one's too much, right?
You reach the core.
Yeah.
And that core's filled with nasty seeds, man.
Oh, yeah. Well,
what's
cyanide?
A bite of a seed.
Yeah.
And you realize that apple wasn't just an apple.
Wow.
That was Pandora's box.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. That is the golden ticket to Willy Wonka's conspiracy factory.
And you get it too deep, you get sucked in.
Yeah,
you start saying the fucking moon landing is fake.
You don't come back out of the factory, man. Man, you get chopped up and you are the candy bar. You're in the checkout line of like Dwayne Reed on 39th and Broadway in New York City.
That's funny, man.
Like, that's what you become when you get a little bit too curious about the forbidden fruit.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And you know what you had to do to avoid all of that?
Not just ignore it. Just say no. Yeah.
Just say no.
Yeah.
Like Nancy Reagan once.
Like Nancy Reagan. Hey, yo.
Just say no. Say no. That's all you have to do. Say no. You want to know a secret? No. Stop talking to me, you freak.
That's funny, man.
All you have to do, man.
You were saying, bro,
So, I think, long story short, no, I'd probably choose not to know that secret.
Yeah, like I said, like, I'd want to say yes, but no, at the end of the day, I think I'd say no. Yeah. And I'd be like, oh well,
Yeah.
I could have found out, but, my life is pretty good, how it is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a deep question.
Yeah, isn't it? What about you? Would you indulge?
That's what I said. I'd want to say yes, but I would probably say no.
I think the safe thing is to say no. Yeah. But it's also, you're like, do you have the ability to go back and say, I changed my mind?
No, you can't. No. Once you know, you know forever.
No.
Yeah.
I'm saying no.
Yeah.
Someone says, I know the secret. I say, buddy, I don't want to know the secret. You're going to have to shut up.
Because if you keep saying it, I'm going to want to know.
I said no secrets a long time ago, before you were born. That skinny guy in the Winn-Dixie parking lot at 2 a.m.
He knew too much. He found out too much. Yeah.
He asked me, sir, do you have $4? And I say, nope. If you give me $4, I'll tell you the secret. What's the secret? The secret will fucking ruin you.
Yeah. It's like,
I'm not a heroin addict, but I'm in the Winn-Dixie parking lot. Camped out for 5 years because of the secret. You're like, what the fuck's the secret?
Yeah, you're like,
want me to tell you the secret?
I'd be like, I don't want to be in the Winn-Dixie parking lot.
I want to know what the secret is, but I don't want to be like...
Yeah, like you right now, yeah. How can I know without ending up where you are?
Yeah. Like, I mean, listen, man, I want to know the secret, but I don't want to change my mailing address to the Payless little nook and cranny between the Winn-Dixie on 1792 and Fern Park and the Payless shoe store right next.
Yeah, there you go. The new residency.
Like, yeah. Like, can I avoid that?
Yeah.
Being ruined?
Yeah, and still knowing? Yeah.
And they say, maybe, but do you still want to know the secret? I do want to know the secret, but I don't want to deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
The burden. I have things to do, man. I have laundry to fold.
Yeah. I feel like I would feel like I'd want to say yes.
Fucking tight though to know the secret.
Because I would say, okay, if I knew it, I could somehow use it to, like, I don't know, make my life better, right? You know, that's what I would say. What do you mean? Once you already have the secret?
You can threaten people to be like, I'm going to say the secret. Like, if you don't clean up my house, I'll say the secret.
You're like, oh shit!
Like, please no.
Yeah, please don't tell me the secret. No. You're like, okay, well then, fucking, you better go to my fucking house. Yeah, the
mopping.
Dishes better be done by noon, or else.
It's a hard not life for you if I don't tell you the secret.
Yeah, there you go.
Wanted to.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, just
hard.
You choose. Yeah.
For you, because I won't tell you the secret as long as you work well and do everything I tell you to do.
See, but how's that gonna work if you're the fucking man in the Winn-Dixie parking lot? Yeah.
I'm trying not to become that guy, so you can't learn the secret. That's the point.
Yeah, there you go. That's the whole point of it. Yeah.
You let the secret be someone else's problem. You let it ruin someone else. It's not their fault. The only thing they did wrong was say yes. Yeah. Yeah, they said yes. Someone asked them, you want to know a secret? They didn't know any better, man. They're the victim. They're the victim. They just didn't know. Their only crime was being curious.
And is that a crime? That's not
a crime, man. But they
got fucked up.
Yeah, they got the secret, and they're now serving a life sentence. Yeah. For knowing.
Whatever it is, whatever that is.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Of course, man. Of course. Yeah.
Fucking theoretical secret. Now I'm like trying to think of like, what could a secret be, bro?
It would have to be something just absolutely
deep. Yeah, something mind-boggling. Yeah, it'd have to be so astronomical.
Dude, it'd be so fucking cool if you could threaten people with telling them the secret. I don't hype it up so much, but like, I'll hold you down and I'll tell you the secret.
You're like, no.
Don't do that. Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah. I feel like a secret like that would be like, bro, like you're in a simulation type shit. But like you really were in a simulation, you know what I mean?
You know what you could do? Yeah. You could, you can order an appliance and have it delivered. And like, I don't know, like a new washing machine, right? Uh-huh. You get the dudes, they come in here, they're like lifting washing machine up the staircase and all that. Yeah. Hey guys, can I have some help downstairs real quick? Yeah. Say, take a seat. Can I get you a glass of water? Mm-hmm. Maybe they say yes. Maybe they say no. But you say, I insist. Mm-hmm. Can I even put some lemon in there? And they say, all right, sure. Yeah. And you say, let me tell you something. The secret. And they say, no. I heard about you. Yeah. I heard about you trying to tell people the secret. We're not here. We're just here to install your new washing machine. And they say, don't tell us the fucking secret. Yeah. We'll cut you. Yeah. And you're like, all right, go to this Wachovia bank and bring me back $100,000, or else I'm telling you the secret, and I'm telling the whole world the fucking secret. You have 4 hours to get me $100,000 from the bank. Go.
Yeah, they're like, oh shit. Yeah. How funny would that be? Yeah.
Oh, of course.
And watch it not even be a secret too. Just like you just invented. You just hyped it up so much.
Oh, there was a secret. There's no secret.
Yeah, imagine the secret is there is no secret. Yeah.
You just give them like a code or something.
Yeah, and then they're like, what the fuck does that mean? What? Shit.
You should never have shown me that.
Yeah. That's funny, man.
Yeah, it's like 420 to the square root of 69 or something.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck? Yeah, what? How is that mathematically possible?
But it's coded as that, so they have no idea. Yeah. Oh, man.
That's funny.
You could totally just like make up nasty circumstances with the secret.
No, I don't want to know. Well, I mean, like, for them to say, no, I don't want to know, there's got to be a lot of stories about the secret.
You have to be that guy. Yeah. Oh, we didn't know you were the guy with the secret. Yeah. We're feeling uncomfortable in your house.
Yeah.
You're like, I know you feel. I make everyone around me feel uncomfortable. That's because I know the secret. Because I know the secret.
Yeah.
They chose me to keep the secret because I make everyone around me feel
that That was the number one thing they were looking for on. That's funny, man. Shit. Yo, so what planes did you say you worked? You said you worked on like 6 or some shit. I said, didn't you say you worked on like 6 airplanes or some shit at one point?
How about 2?
Oh, you worked on 2?
Yeah, possibly a third one coming up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, like just home builds, you know?
Yeah, like kits?
Yeah,
like
of course.
Oh, okay. Like what? Like what kind of planes?
Sonex.
Yeah, you were saying that.
Yeah, the kit Sonex. So the engine comes fabricated, the canopy, avionics stuff, right?
Yeah.
And most of like the flight controls and stuff that like you shouldn't be making at home, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
you should.
yeah, you know, like, and then you get the metal and you do the work.
Yeah.
And you make a plane.
You get there's a fat instruction manual, yeah? What does one look like?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The book is like the size of the table, but it's schematic, so it's not like that complex. You just like you turn a page and you kind of you build based upon the instruction on that page. You have to be able to read like some bit of engineering schematics, but it's actually pretty straightforward. You just gotta go over the page like 5 or 6 times, be like, measure again, like did I put the rivets in the right way? Then you go back, check the rivets, like are the holes smooth, right? Like there's no corners in this aluminum, because aluminum's it's great, it's light, right? It's perfect for airplanes, but you can't have any jagged edges, right? And aluminum. I mean, you know that, yeah. You can't have any corners. Everything has to be a smooth hole. So you go back and you check it, and like a page can take like a half a day, man, but it's worth it. That's part of like the quest.
Yeah. You gotta definitely enjoy the journey at that point.
Oh yeah. And you know, you're out there, you're in the hangar, you're with your friends. In my case, it's one of my good mentors, but you're just,
just going at it,
making a plane, dude.
Yeah.
It takes like 3 years, but
people take a while. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But the best parts is you're flying and you're like, remember when we were building that wing? But it's true. You're flying over, like the Jacksonville Jaguars Stadium. You're just flying basically over the St. Johns River. And it's great. But you remember building it. You remember what the inside out looked like because you built that. Yeah, you have more appreciation. Yeah, and the plane has little quirks like any aircraft does, but those quirks, you're like, oh, you hear a little bit of like a vibration, right? It's nothing bad at all, but you hear this little thing, and then you're like, that must be because I mounted it this way or something slightly different.
And you feel confident because you're just like, I know what that sound's coming from because I built it. Yeah. That's cool, man.
Yeah. Like I brought this from sheet metal to
a fucking plane.
And you got a cool paint scheme on there too, and you fly over somewhere and people look up and they see it. People are like, wow, look at that plane.
Yeah. I don't think many. It's funny too. A lot of people don't see how much work is done putting into like just aviation in general. Right? Like if you think about an airline or something, you're just a passenger.
Well, it's third most regulated like profession by the government. I think first is nuclear technology, right?
Makes sense.
Second is medical, and then third is aviation.
Wow. Yeah. Also makes sense.
Yeah. That you might want to go fact check that.
It sounds about right.
But but it's difficult. But like you were saying.
Yeah, because
But it makes sense. So all the regulations do make sense. And they were all created because someone died
by blood. Yeah.
Which is actually kind of a good thing, right? Because you see, this is necessary. Someone died, and the government was like,
changed about it. Yeah.
In order for someone not to crash like this again, we have to make sure that the propeller is maintained in balance every 6 months, right? Like, that makes sense. Yeah, it's kind of a hassle, but it's like these rules weren't put in place. It's not falsely regulated, over-regulated. It's like very appropriate. It's
properly rated, or regulated.
Regulated. And it's regulated because this needs to be regulated, or else we could have another incident.
It's very backed up, and it's logical why you would put that regulation, and so no one's like mad about it.
That's why.
Yeah. I feel like more And that's something very unique about aviation too, which I like because it's like
sometimes the medical field, like I said, I grew up around that. It's like there are some things that just don't make sense, and they're over regulated. But I think that's also because a lot of people in people in medicine, and there's almost too many people with their hands in the pot that aren't doctors, they aren't nurses. But in aviation, we have people who are mechanics, pilots, flight attendants. These are typically the people who go work for the FAA. Nerds, right? And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And they're the ones recommending the regulations, and then they're put into place by people like the legislators. And they trust them because we are the people of aviation. We make our own rules, but in a very safe, practical, and appropriate way.
Like what's called the AOPA works really closely with legislative. NBAA works really close too.
Every single pilot's union, mostly every union that I can think of in aviation, every lobbying group, right? NBAA. Everyone except... I love the airlines, right? And I love airline business. But the airlines themselves, and this is a correlation or a similarity, rather, I've known only to be predominantly only in the airlines and technology companies, right? In aviation is that they're very forward. For example, single pilot.
Like progressive
operations. Yeah. And I think sometimes, it has good intentions. Very bad way to execute it. At least the timing is not right. So go single pilot, right? That makes sense. And in a perfect world, you can have, automated flight. But listen to the pilots. They'll tell you if they want to be flying alone. One of them in the A320. They don't. They're saying it. They're saying it's a bad idea. Listen to the people who you have flying the jets. And they'll tell you which way is good. They'll tell you which way is up, which way is forward. And it just so happens that, the airlines are predominantly for single pilot flight operations and AOPA unions. They're not. Everyone at the FAA that I've talked to tends to say, no, this is not a good idea. But I think sometimes the airlines and companies that specialize in, automation, right, are really optimistic, which I think is a good thing for innovation in the future, but it's the wrong way to go about it.
I like how aviation too is very experience based, how you were saying.
But we're keeping each other accountable. That's the point. It's like you have these massive airlines, but it's like
check and balances.
The pilots can just say we're not comfortable with this, and the FAA listens.
Which is really cool. There's not a lot of industries like that actually do that.
No.
A lot of them are just like, fuck the coworkers.
Here's another thing. If we're talking about regulated industries, right? My dad's a doctor. He's been a physician for like 35 years or something. He's been working for the same practice for at least 30 years. They were bought out by a company called Orlando Health. It's a major, it, but it's like the major hospital chain here in Central Florida, that Advent Health. They treat him like crap, dude. It's not... It's almost completely unregulated. Like how airlines treat their pilots, very much regulated. It's very fair. There's a lot of accountability by both pilot unions, the industry itself, and keeping the airlines accountable. And then the government as well, keeping the airlines accountable, right? The government, I don't believe they have any sort of legislation that dictates how much an airline will have to pay a pilot, right? However, the restrictions that they have in place for labor by pilots, right, is usually written and incentivized by pilots. And because that's a law, the airlines treat pilots better because now they're in a position for bidding for the labor of a pilot, right? So they have to pay more. If Frontier wants more pilots than Spirit, Frontier has to pay more and offer a better schedule, right? Well, in medicine, it's not like that. For example, my dad and so many other doctors too, you get these smaller practices and they're bought out by a bigger one. Or you just happen to always work for that same hospital chain. There's no regulations. None. The government, there's no... We're talking something different from OSHA. We're talking something different from standard, right? Labor laws, right? But going into industry-specific ethics, right? There's nothing like that for doctors. There's nothing like that for nurses.
No kidding.
There's not, no. I mean, you sometimes have like a union, right? But it's not so organized like aviation, and it's not so... there's no symbiosis, right? The FAA and the airlines, even though we have different objectives from time to time.
The audio from this clip unfortunately went missing. However, Jeremy continues to speak about business aviation and the airline industry and how the government has a say in it.
Is even though airlines and the rest of the industry tend to totally just urge each other to just fucking disagree on this one issue. The one thing that we're both working towards, whether it be the industry and then the airlines, we still want to continue flying, and we still want to carry passengers, and we still want to be in aviation, right?
Yeah.
The airlines see a different way of doing things. They pay less pilots, pay one pilot in the cockpit. By theory, yeah, it should work. In fact, it should work really well. Maybe uncomfortable to get used to at first, but it really should fucking work really well. And why wouldn't you have done this sooner? Technology's always been around. You have the other industry saying it may seem like a good idea, but we know it's not a good idea. You have to listen to them. It's inconvenient.
Yeah, almost like checks and balances,
But we're working towards the same goal. In medicine, from what I've observed, right? My ex was a ICU nurse. My dad is, obviously a physician, and I have several cousins and aunts and uncles who are also in medicine. Nonetheless, friends. There's nothing like that. There's nothing like that out there. It's up to the discretion of the hospital how much they want to use you, how much they think you're worth.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
It's not a industry regulated by the people of that industry. It's
more
not
the
an industry led by the people of that industry.
It's more the heads of
the people who are, whether fault of their own or not, they're detached from the people who show up to work. And there's no accountability. I mean, legally there is accountability, but there's just none. There's no ethical checks and balances. There's no give and take. So that's where I think aviation, that's like just a contextual, that's like the back end of it. It's like, oh, you can take so many lessons from that. That'd be really fucking great. Yeah. We did it right. We did it right.
Yeah, aviation. Yeah. And there's still improvements to be made, but I think
it's not a perfect system.
we have it made like the backbone of it, or like the frame structure of it is very well made, where it could be built upon.
Yeah, we have a great foundation. We have
that's the right word.
10 feet of solid concrete and plenty of land to expand on as well.
Yeah.
So it makes whatever house you're building on there pretty stable, but it depends how well you build the house.
Yeah. If people want to reach out and say what's up, or want to do, or say hello, where can they reach you?
Yeah, actually, I shout out my phone number.
Whatever you want.
I think if you look me up, you'll find basically everything.
Yeah.
Like my political leanings, literally everything about me. I don't know why it's on there.
Yeah, didn't you show me that before? You showed me.
Yeah,
I think one of the first days I met you.
One of my friends, he was like, he looked me up. He's like, you have everything about you listed on Google. I was like,
Like, oh.
Come on, Mike.
Come on, man. Yeah, come on.
Come on, Mike. Yeah. You didn't do that to me,
That's funny, man.
Show me the screen, eye.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, look at that, yeah. Oh, you cheeky motherfucker. You like this, eh?
Bro, the lingo or the slang that Australian people have is so funny, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah. I still can't. There was this one video I saw, and I don't remember the slang of it, but I fucking laughed, bro. Just the shit they say.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember I had this, What? What's so funny?
No, nothing, bro.
Well, I'm signing plays in Australia, and I was FaceTiming one of them, and they had a house, and they had a friend over. They I don't know, like West Sydney or something, and I remember it, yeah. What's so funny, eh? And they had a friend, and their friend was staying over, but they thought there was a statue outside. Yeah, well, it was a kangaroo, and it was 7 feet tall. He said, don't go outside, you're going to have to hit the kangaroo. And he said, oh, I won't have to hit 2 kangaroos in one day.
There you go. Bro, I saw this.
Oh, goes, that makes no sense, but just don't go outside, there's a kangaroo out there. He's going to eat you.
I saw, that's a good accent, man. How long did it take you?
Yeah?
Yeah, how long did it take you?
I just, thought of it right now.
Really? You just on the spot? Nah, bro, I'm sure you practiced an Australian accent.
No, not
before.
really, man.
Shut up.
Like hearing, you know what I'm saying? You're in a bar, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, wouldn't that be cool to have an Australian accent? And then, but you never really, you never really go on a podcast, mate.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
You never done a I have a theory about Australia.
Whoa, what's your theory?
Alright. You sure you want to hear it?
Nah, it's a secret, huh? Yeah, it might fuck me up.
It might ruin you.
It might fuck me up. Yeah. Is it really gonna fuck me up?
Maybe. If it's true, it won't fuck you up. It'll definitely put you in a position where you're like, no one's ever gonna believe me.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Like a flat Earth type of perspective. You're like, I know it. And it might be true.
Yeah.
But no one's ever going to believe me.
I feel like in that context, I would say yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I think Australia's Canada. Wait. You get on a plane, you go to Australia. It's like a vague amount of hours. It's really far, right?
Yeah.
It's below the equator. It's a place that is its own nation and continent, but it's really just may not even be there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're flying to Australia, dude. I think you're flying to Canada the long way around.
Bro, I'm looking at the map right now.
That's not real.
That's not really there.
That's Vancouver. That's Vancouver, and that's Calgary. Perth is Calgary.
You know what's funny,
that's
too?
Darwin's fucking Halifax, bro. This is not real. Australia's not real. That's Canada.
You know what's funny too, yeah? Who's me to say that's really true? You know what I mean? Like I didn't go out. I didn't go to outer space and fucking take a look at that. The Earth. I'm just fucking taking the word for it, you know?
Yeah. That's what Big Aussie wants you to think.
Oh, bro, I don't know if I can live with that. I think that was too much, bro.
That's what Big Aussie wants you to think.
That's funny, yeah.
It just may not be real.
Yeah, there you go. Hey,
it literally may not be real.
Yeah. I've never, like I said, I've never gone to outer space and really fucking taken a look at it, yeah. So, how the fuck am I supposed to know? Those fucking, honestly though, how the fuck am I supposed to know that's real? I don't fucking know.
That's a secret.
That's a secret. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You'll start seeing little holes in the matrix there soon after.
Seeing little holes in the matrix, dude. Yeah. That's Australia.
That's Australia. Australia is
the hole. That's a big hole in the matrix, man. That's a big fucking hole in the Pacific.
You thought the Bermuda Triangle was fucked up? Wait until you get to wait until you get to Australia.
That's the fucking Outback.
The Outback Steakhouse. That's the portal, bro. The Outback Steakhouse. If you go to the kitchen, that's the portal straight to fucking Canada. Yeah. Huh?
All the secrets lie within the center of the bloomin' onion.
The bloomin' onion. The secret ingredient to the Outback Steakhouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking, you eat it. It's
everything
fucking.
Everything there tastes better than what you think it is, but it's not absolutely great.
I thought it was pretty good when I've been there, but I think I've only been there
I'm
once.
saying like it tastes better than what you would think of a typical steakhouse.
Oh.
But it's not like we gotta go to Outback.
Yeah.
But you're like, Longhorn Steakhouse or Outback? Outback.
Yeah, I would say Outback too.
It's like McDonald's. Like, they have really good fries because they put sugar on it. I get it. I'm so stupid.
Do they really put sugar on their fries?
Stupid.
Is that true?
Yeah, I think so.
I do like McDonald's fries because even though they have all the preservatives and shit, like it can go cold, and it'll still taste like decent.
McDonald's?
Yeah, McDonald's fries. As opposed to, have you had In-N-Out before?
Oh my god.
Those fries are only good for like 2 minutes and then they get disgusting.
But it's In-N-Out, come on.
Oh, I love In-N-Out.
Oh my god.
I mean, I love their animal fries.
Oh my god.
But I just can't. I can't eat it. Like I can't eat the fries after like 2 minutes. Like
Really?
3 minutes. Yeah.
Well, you don't
realistically,
go to
it's like
In-N-Out
5
to
minutes.
like you go to In-N-Out to sit on like a concrete bench, dude.
Well, it's outside. Yeah.
Yeah, you go to In-N-Out to sit on a concrete bench in like West Oakland. You know, like you don't go to In-N-Out for like going through the drive-through and eat it on your way home. No. You go to In-N-Out to like maybe run the risk of like losing your life or something by like a 65-year-old guy who might like rob you or might try and sell you on like a new religion. Like you don't know which is which, and I think it makes the food taste better.
That's the secret ingredient. That's the secret. Yeah. That's the secret to In-N-Out.
Exactly. There was this one time I went to San Francisco with a car, right? So we get there and we're like, first things first, we go into In-N-Out, bro. I'm like, of course we're going to In-N-Out. Of course it's the first thing we do.
You have to, bro.
Of course.
That's the first thing I got when I got back home. Yeah.
So we get the rental car and we go to In-N-Out, right? Well, the rental car people, they're like, beware, it's San Francisco. Things are kind of the town shit right now.
Yeah.
You might get robbed. But they said it like any rental car place would be like, don't leave your bags in a car. Like you go to New Jersey, don't leave your bags in the car. Like you wear your friend. Like
that's a very polite
like
way
just
of
like
saying
typical like you go anywhere.
Yeah.
But we kind of got that like little extra like edge from the guy that like no shit's really like this is South Africa type of fucked.
Say it. No,
hey, watch it.
Hey,
watch it.
Too far.
But stop. But we go to In-N-Out and there's this old Chinese guy and he's sweeping up the parking lot with like a very small broom, like like those little like broom, but you keep them in like the kitchen, and there's just a little bit too tall to fit in a cabinet. Like you got to keep them in the pantry.
What, like wooden broom, like stick?
No, like Rubbermaid. Like just like a very thin
like
aluminum handle. A little bit worn. Some of the brushes are frayed to brush it. I mean, like the wicks or whatever. 3 inches thick.
Yeah.
Like you would use it to clean up a little office space. You know what I'm saying? Like you would keep that sort of broom next to like a household printer and like a household document shredder.
Okay.
Like the neat little stuff.
Tiny little thing. Yeah.
And a dustpan. It wasn't of a matching. It didn't match the broom. It was obviously like the previous dustpan. It either came with like a little handheld one, and they didn't want to use that, or like the original broom to that like dustpan on a stick. The broom got broke, or let's be honest, someone probably stole it. Someone probably stole it out of his car and smashed it.
Yeah, there you go. You took the guy's advice.
Of course, yes. But anyways, he looks up at us as we park, and it was very weird because he's like he didn't belong there.
Yeah.
But he was an old Chinese guy, and he was sweeping the parking lot. Like he was sweeping the edges around like a parking triangle.
Oh, okay.
Like you pull up your tire, like so your tire doesn't roll any further. He was sweeping up the
curb, or what's that
like
called?
The triangle, the concrete triangle, so that your car doesn't continue to roll and then run and like mow people down at half a mile an hour. So your car doesn't run people over at half a mile an hour. They have that triangle there, and he was sweeping around the triangle because it was dirty.
Yeah.
It was
just out of place.
I don't know. It was just like he didn't have a uniform. Like he wasn't like part of the city, and he definitely wasn't part of In-N-Out Burger. But he looked at it. He's like, "Be careful. There's some high school thugs getting out soon." They're getting out of high school soon. They cause a lot of trouble. So watch your car carefully. Take your bags inside with you. And we're like, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Like, you don't listen to the guy who's sweeping up a parking triangle and in and out parking lot.
Yeah, you're
and he has
whatever.
no affiliation to any company whatsoever. He's just wearing like a beige polo and khakis with like a braided leather belt and like New Balance sneakers. Like, this guy has nothing to do with the environment he's in. Like, he definitely, like, he doesn't show up to work. He doesn't really, like, he doesn't work for, like I say, he's not, like, keeping his equipment in the back of a pickup truck that says the city of San Francisco, you know? Or, like, Parks and Rec, or, like, it's just Cinco or whatever, the place that comes into like businesses at night and cleans up. He's definitely not that guy.
Yeah.
If anything, he's an independent like contract sweeper.
Okay.
But yeah, he said that to us, and we were like, okay, that's weird. And we were talking about it as we were in In-N-Out Burger. We're eating, like, that's weird. And we're like, high school thugs breaking into your car. That's weird, man.
Yeah.
Like, he's out of whack. Well, 4 days later, sure enough, we're in this, like, state park, right?
Yeah.
We went just on a quick hike after, like, a meeting, right? We go to, like, overlook the Golden Gate Bridge. It was a beautiful park, absolutely wonderful. On the way back, ironically, I don't think this had anything to do with it, but we parked next to a Holocaust memorial, which was just probably the even more upsetting part.
Just throwing it in there.
It's not relevant. But
it did happen.
if I can charge someone with a hate crime, then let's go for it. But if we ever catch those people,
High school thugs.
I don't even know if they're high school. They were just like, listen, we came back, the car was broken into, and him and my other friend, they were like, hey, the car's broken into. I was like, yeah, very funny, okay. Well, we get back, sure enough, car's broken into. I was like, his thing's gone from the car, and Hart's car is like, yeah, you fucking idiot. They broke into the car for a reason. Like, oh, right, sorry. Yeah, I forgot, yeah. And I was like, my backpack's gone. My friend's backpack is also gone. A car didn't have anything in the car, I don't think. I sold like my laptop, both of my car keys, so I had to get new keys made. It was like, But the point is that if there's a Chinese guy in a parking lot in and out at 2 p.m. on a Thursday, and he tells you there's high school thugs running around breaking into people's car and take your bags in with you wherever you go, you gotta trust the guy with the household broom and the dustpan. It's strange enough to want to trust a guy, but like he's there, he's telling you something, man. That's a sign. You gotta listen to that.
That was a guardian angel. You just
that was a guardian angel, and we said, "Fuck you." We don't have to listen to you. And it's like
I low key,
you want.
I'll low key listen to anyone that has New Balances. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh well, yeah, just fresh white New Balances.
I'll believe anything he says, bro.
They were Velcro.
Oh, they were Velcro.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that.
He had the New Balances of like an 80-year-old man with like orthopedic problems, like joint problems. Like he had the shoes of someone who had way more severe senior onset rheumatoid arthritis. Like severe arthritis shoes, but he was not that. I don't think he had arthritis at all.
Just comfortable.
I think he just wanted a white New Balance shoe.
I feel like if you're a middle-aged man or anything over middle-aged, the classics, the New Balances.
You ever been to Kohl's before? Clothing store?
No, can't say that I have.
But you know what it is, right? Yeah. Place is practically like abandoned across the board. Like it's Kmart in 2002. Like it's just
just died. Yeah, irrelevant.
Yeah, it's going to be irrelevant. Like they're operating on like their savings. You know what I'm saying?
Like JCPenney did.
They probably ran through their checking account, and that are going into savings, right? But that's Kohl's.
That's good.
Those are the shoes you find in Kohl's, and like even the display shoes is dusty.
Oh, I do know Kohl's. Yeah, I do know Kohl's.
Yeah. Like no one really shops at Kohl's.
Yeah.
You shop at Kohl's when you're like, you got to get a suit that's already tailored and you want something that doesn't fit well for more than what it costs at like Express, you go to Kohl's.
Yeah, there you go. Actually, I buy all of my suits at JCPenney. They're still running to the ground, but they have good options for like slim people. Like if you're skinny,
yeah.
really good options. So I shop there for suits and stuff.
I've noticed that I like suits, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've noticed that like up and coming designers have great suits, but for less, right? I know a lot about suits. I was really into them, and then for a couple of years I just didn't really have to wear them ever. So usually I would just wear like that FC Bayern jersey and like shorts. But I do like suits, and one of the more recent suits I caught it for like the full price at the time, right? But it's like half the price they are now. It's a John Varvatos suit. I don't know if you're familiar with that designer. It's like up and coming, right? Now the suit's like $1,200, but back then it was like $500-$600.
Damn.
Tailored and everything. I was like, oh, cool. But it's a great suit. It's full canvas lining, hybrid, so like it doesn't really wrinkle, which is great.
Yeah.
It's pretty durable. But that is a good move for suits, is to get like the up and coming one, right? And then Express is decent.
How do you know it's up and coming though?
Oh, because the sales associate will tell you. If you look it up, like, I didn't know what the fuck John Barbados was at the time, but he was like, "Hey man, this is a good brand," and it was not Nordstrom's, it was Neiman Marcus, right? So they know what's up. Like they're not going to carry some a not great suit. At minimum, it's going to be a really good suit, right? But he was like, "This is good stuff. A lot of people have been wearing it, like when they go on like Conan, right? Or somebody's like, it's good, it's popping, man." And I was like, "I'll take your word for it. I'll do this one. It's a good deal. It's nice."
Yeah.
And it was, so I did it. But like, there's other places that have good suits. Express, they always seem to be running, like, every other time I'm there, they're doing like a 50% off, or like buy the suit jacket, get the pants for 50% off. Like, there's always like a good deal. Banana Republic, the factory outlet, great suits, man. But like casual suits. But if you want something nice, you kind of got to spend on that. You know where else has great suits and shit like that? You got to get lucky. Goodwill. The one down the street. I got so many nice pairs of dress shoes for like $7 a piece.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, like Gucci.
Oh, no kidding, bro.
They got like, those blue suede shoes I have?
I think I have seen one of those,
Yeah, I got a lot of sweet pairs of shoes, man. I've got like 7 new pairs of shoes for less than these. I mean, these are my favorite dress shoes. They're like $140 or whatever. Well worth it. I've been wearing these, like, I could wear them every day. Wear them every day for like 3 years, probably. And they're just
still kicking.
Great. Kicking, I get it. Hey.
You like it?
But there's a lot of things you can get at, thrift stores. Sometimes they have full suits, and you can go to a tailor and like, maybe like $30 there, right? You can get like $500 suit and go to a tailor and be maybe $80 worth of alterations. And
then you get something good, and worth it at the end of the day. Get your bang for your buck. I got my Vans from a thrift store actually. I just started getting like shoes and stuff and from like those stores. And I really like those shoes that I have. They're like I mean, it's like Vans, but I think it's like a limited edition kind of thing because of the colorway that came out.
Really?
Yeah, I think because like Vans is usually like $50 or something, or $60. I think
I was never really into Vans, but they are. I get the style.
I love them. I mean, I actually really like a suit in Vans, but like new, like fresh looking like Vans. Like
I don't
the black
the
ones with the white what's called trim or sole. That's the right word. Sole.
It looks pretty fresh.
What?
A suit with just like white shoes. Like a white Vans, but like not Vans brand,
Okay, but that same kind of sneaker or low top. I like that a lot with like a suit because it's like you're professional, but you're keeping it fresh, or like casual.
Yeah, I feel like you could run after criminals.
Huh? With the Vans?
Yeah. Like I feel like I could run away from a hate crime happening to me, but I'm at like a formal event. Well, I mean, these shoes are leather at the bottom, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? There's been so many times where I've like slipped and slided in a parking lot, like as I'm crossing from like the parking lot into Publix or whatever, and people are pointing at me, they're like, "Whoa, you just saved." I'm like, I've gotten pretty good, man. I slip and slide all the time with these flat bottom leather shoes, and it happens all the time. I've never fell, but I've like slid. You know, it's almost like a banana peel when you're wearing it's like living life on a banana peel when you're wearing a leather bottom.
Oh gosh, I don't know if I can do it.
Oh yeah, like just a little bit of wet concrete.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh, you're living on the edge there. Yeah.
Yeah, grannies have died for far less.
For far. And without style, less. Yeah, and they didn't have the style with it too.
Oh, yeah. I pull it off well, man. But like the airport bathroom, just slide right into the stall. The cleaning person.
You're basically just a controlled fall or slip.
Yeah. The cleaning person's there. Oh, yeah. Which stall do you want? Anything that's open. One at the end? Yeah, I'll slide on over.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's like having
it's a guaranteed slide. It's not even dangerous anymore. But anyways, like back to the like vans or whatever. It's like I don't have to worry about slipping and I don't gotta like skirt somewhere if let's say some neo-Nazis chase after me at the airport. Like, I don't have to worry about sliding. I can get away.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
You know,
why is that the first thing that comes to mind?
I don't know. I mean, I can't do it in leather bottom shoes.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
you're always a little bit looking over your shoulder, being like, I gotta. I can't go into the bathroom. There might be people in there that want to get me.
Yeah, there you go.
There might be some neo-Nazis.
Yeah, there. You never know.
They're looking for me. But they have it out for me in a large stall.
Yeah, there you go.
Disabled stall.
There you go. the one that's trying to get you, That's the one where you go in with when no one else is in the bathroom. Yeah. You don't want anyone knowing that you're going to use it. Yeah.
But if you wear Vans, you don't have to worry about that.
I love Vans, man. I've always been like, that's my go-to. Like, honestly, that's for the majority of my lifetime, really. All Vans. I've always switched it up, different Vans. Like I have high tops, low tops, mids. I like the mids, the ones that I have right now, but because those are the most comfortable. They go like kind of like right here above this, like
I know exactly what you're
forgot the name of it.
You ever worn high tops with a suit before?
I have. I fucking loved it.
Said for boots and a suit.
Yeah, the high top, like the skate highs, the Vans, skate high Vans. Those look really fresh because they have like the thick. They have the thick kind of like swoosh on the side. Yes. Especially if it's black, and then you got the little white swoosh. It looks really fresh. But they have to be new, If
that swoosh was a road, dude, that'd be like the Pacific Coast Highway. Yeah.
Fresh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's like the type of swoosh that, like, you look at it from a different angle. You're like, oh, this is actually a hill. This is a central, like below San Francisco, maybe a little bit above Sacramento, like near Carmel. Like, oh, this is the type of place people. Oh, this is just a map. This is the map of like the roads people skateboard down in like the 80s or something.
That's a good analogy. I don't know how you come up with that shit.
I don't know either. I'm probably mentally unhinged.
No, that's good, bro. I've been trying to like learn how to be a better like speaker and stuff, and I guess it'll help for the podcast.
Yeah.
But something that
we're getting loose.
Yeah. There you go. Something that I've noticed is that good speakers, they know how to use analogies well whenever they're trying to explain something or say something. Really.
It's Van shoes, bro.
It's Van shoes. Yeah, it's getting deep. Yeah, it's getting too deep for Vans. Too deep.
I'm using analogies of things that may not even exist.
Oh yeah, I'm unhinged, bro.
There we go on.
That's funny, but they use that, and then they change the vocabulary based on like who they're talking to, really, or who their audience is. And then they repeat words, huh?
You mean they just pander to people?
What is that? What does pandering mean?
Like I think that means like condescending or something. Like they dumb themselves down.
Well, or if you're speaking someone that's higher elevated, you'll try to use some of the similar vocabulary, to the extent that you can. But they'll do that, and then, for example, like Trump, what he does is he'll have a symbolic word where it's used, and then he'll give an example in a story and then use that word again and bring it back to that word. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like maybe he'll say like, what the people need is they need to be what's a fucking symbolic word? Like, we need to bring back honesty in America, right? Because there's a lot of corruption going on, and you know what? People are just not black and white. That's why we need to bring back honesty, and honesty will bring America and the people back together. See how I use that word like 3 times in the sentence that I was saying.
Hey man, it's like the concern in that case. He's just he's taking something we're worried about and putting it in what he wants to bring.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is that he uses like a strong word that brings an emotion of some kind.
Oh yeah, and something.
Yeah, and then he'll repeat that word several times to make sure that it's instilled.
Honesty. My opponent is not honest.
Yeah. If I do say so myself, in my honest opinion.
You ever seen his he brought on Ron DeSantis on the stage?
No, I did not see that.
You gotta see it, man.
Yeah, well, what do they say? He roasts the shit up?
No. It's the funniest thing. You haven't seen this?
No.
Alright, hang on. Y'all folks at home will listen to this and you'll like it. Hang on. Going into YouTube and I'm typing in Trump introduces Ron DeSantis. Now that Trump's no longer president, it's like, I look at him like a comedian, bro. He's fucking brilliant.
Bro, he's a brilliant... Dude, I just think he's a brilliant speaker in general, yeah.
Oh my god.
Brilliant speaker, just goofy. Have you listened to him on the Full Send podcast?
No.
Like the Nelk Boys. Yeah.
Really?
Like the Nelk Boys. Yeah,
Whoa.
Super funny. Yeah, and they like golf with him too, and he'll say some goon shit. Yeah.
Yeah, what a fucking an ultimate real worldwide troll, like a global.
He's a worldwide troll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's like he's like that old grandpa where he just doesn't give a fuck anymore. Like he'll say anything. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm fucking
Grandpa?
80. Grandpa.
Oh.
Or, yeah, like
I said Grandpa. It's like he doesn't care either.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't even want to be in government.
Yeah.
I think he was like government's like he's doing it like charity work or something.
Just for side hustle.
Like instead of volunteering at the food pantry, he's like, I better take up this position as a senator because someone's got to do it. And he's like, I don't have an opinion on that. I don't think that's true. And they're like, yeah, but what do you want to do about oil? I'm not exactly sure if I should have an opinion on this. They're like, that's actually really reasonable, but...
Too reasonable.
We need to go somewhere. We need to do something crazy. And you're not really...
yeah, you're not storing it up.
You're not giving us, invade Kuwait or invade Iraq. You're just saying, maybe we could just...
Not do those, yeah. Do something more logical.
Maybe we can make a deal with Canada or something. Yeah, watch this.
Oh, that's the video?
Oh, yes, of course it's a video. Of course it is.
DeSantis. Supporter of the Miami coin.
I don't think that's real, man.
What? The Miami coin? You can get that. That's a real thing.
Because, I don't want to say this, but what the hell, right? So, Ron's been a friend of mine for a long time. He was a congressman, did an incredible job. Always protecting me from the Russia witch hunt. He'd be on with these guys, with Matt and everybody. He'd be on there. And I always thought Ron was a little heavy. I did. I thought he was a little overweight. That's okay. We all have our problems. It didn't matter. But people liked him. He ran an incredible race. Remember? That was an incredible race. And then he ran against a Democrat who was supposed to be unbeatable. He got beaten badly, and now this is one of the most popular governors. But I always thought Ron was a little bit heavy. And then one day I'm with him, and I pat him on the shoulder, and I go, whoa, that's strong. That's a lot of muscle there. My hand didn't sink in like it does with a lot of people. And then I see him without a shirt one day.
Hey, yo.
This guy is strong, and he's not fat. That's all power. That's all muscle. I want to tell you that. And I said, Ron, you're one of the few I say it to. Don't walk around with a jacket all the time. Take it off. People are going to see the real Ron. But he's a great guy. He's a tough guy. He's a brilliant guy. And he's our governor, and I'm very proud. When we got involved with Ron, a lot of people were saying, do you think he can make it? I said, he's going to make it because he's a champ, he's a winner. And I want you to say a few words. Ron, thank you.
What a savage, yeah. He doesn't give a fuck. He's I think he used to be heavy.
I put him on the back. I said,
yo, whoa, yeah.
He took his hand, dude. Like he hurt his hand.
Guy doesn't give a fuck. What a savage, man. So funny. Yeah, he's like, yeah, what's the worst that can happen to me? I can say whatever the fuck I want.
What? It wasn't even relevant.
No. You know,
The dude's got a strong back. You thought he was fat? All right. Welcome to the stage, your new governor.
I'm saying he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give two flying fucks.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
I mean, you could say something like, I don't know, like he's doing better meals at the senior center and shit like that. But
here's anyways now.
Yeah, but
here's our governor.
He's got a surprisingly strong set of shoulders. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh yeah, wow. Yeah. Yeah, usually my hands sink in.
Usually my hands. I don't say this to very many people, Ron, but you gotta walk around with your shirt without a shirt more often.
What a savage, bro.
Yeah, where do you even come up with shit like this? You know, you're on stage.
Like
that doesn't seem like
he definitely did not speak it. No,
like
there's no
a set like speech or whatever, but it was like that's not written. He wasn't in bed the night before jotting down.
Yeah, like, what should I say? Oh,
there wasn't.
Yes.
This wasn't in a Venn diagram.
Yes, let me talk about his back. Yes, I think that's what I will do tomorrow at the speech. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, this is not. It's not going through any publicist. It's not going through any.
No, it's just him. Yeah.
It's just him, and he never really made a speech.
I'm sure during his presidency, people would be like, "Bro, please just stop using Twitter." I'm sure people would tell him that. Yeah. Like, bro, that was all him. That was all him. Or he would tell someone "Hey, yo, write this down." That's what he would say. He literally would just have someone be like, "Hey, yo, let me write down my thoughts real quick. Get your phone out." And he just dictate him what to say, and then he's like, "Are you sure? Send it."
You know who's like that?
Who?
If I'm not mistaken, George Lucas.
George Lucas.
You know him? The director of Star Wars.
Yes.
Yeah. He doesn't use the internet. I don't know if it's still. He has a publicist who walks around with him and has a phone. He just refuses to go on the internet. So he'll if he tweets something on social media, it's him telling
someone else,
his assistant. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he never uses the internet, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a phone, or at least a smartphone. Interesting guy.
Have you messed around with any with ChatGPT or AI at all? I
have, but we've never I just haven't anything to I've never found myself in a situation where I'm I can't solve this problem. I need help.
I think it buys me time. I've been using it to buy me time. For example,
well, I never really had to use it to buy. I'm never in the situation where I've got to. All the writing that I do, at least, is personalized emails, in which case it's a paragraph or two. I'm not very chatty, in terms of writing, very straight to the point. Anything short of using emojis, basically, okay, get this done. So I feel kind of bad sometimes. Someone, my assistant will write maybe a 3-paragraph email, or my producer will write a 3-paragraph email about just SEO, right? Some of these words work better, right? It's things that could be said in 2 or 3 sentences at most. But they're really taking time to write a well-articulated article. Because obviously it's the professional thing to do, right? You're submitting something, but you're working on this. You want it to sound good when you present it to your boss. You want it to be official.
Yeah.
The grammar has to be good, the punctuation impeccable. But then I respond with
Okay.
sweet action, one word, comma, looks good. I'll give you a call later, comma, you gonna be around? Question mark. And then it's like, very respectfully and sincerely yours, comma, Mr. Jeremy Alexander Janousky. Like that part, like even if it's like shittily written, at least it's sincere. Like that's how I talk, or like that's how I email people. I'm not bullshitting them with 3 more paragraphs of like, oh, this is good, but that sentence and and that word, yes, good thing here. But if you are free later, give me a call. Stay safe, stay home. Bullshit, you know.
Yeah.
We're in this together. It's like, no, I don't really care. But if it's you gonna be around later? Question mark. Then that's something I can definitely get behind and write my signature on.
Yeah, there you go. Sincere.
It's sincere.
Yeah, it's sincere.
It's sincere.
Yeah. I always say
it's not bullshit.
I like the closing. Like when I do emails, like I actually like like this is like saying sincere.
I have my designed signature on there that goes out to every email, but I still take the time to type it in, especially with my middle name. It definitely means something when you get that. And even if it's a very simple couple sentences in response to a email, it took such a long time for someone to type out, and I feel like shit, but like it's a really shitty thing to do. Like it's pretty fucking bad, but I'm like, fuck you. I'll say no worries, let me call you later, which is like I think Russian for fuck you. It's fuck you in some sort of language, and then I'll be yes, very respectfully and sincerely yours, Mr. Jeremy Janousky. Like, what the hell is this? What's this fucking dunce doing to me in my email? Effort.
That's funny.
But then I'll get on the phone with them, and the phone calls are great. They're very well connected.
Yeah. Well, I feel like emails should be pretty straight to the point, really.
I don't like text communication, right? With text message or email. It's just so it's a very weird way to communicate. I don't like it unless it's like hard information, like an address. Well, you always want to type that, so you can copy, you have something to reference to. But like, if you're talking to a human being, it's got to be face to face, man.
I mean, a lot of girls, bro, like, really, I've noticed.
Yeah. Most
of the time, like, ones that I have like a good connection with, I honestly will start, and I don't do this often. It's like once in a blue moon that I'll like have a good connection because I start having conversations on Instagram. Or like on text, but I usually don't like doing that, if that makes sense, because I feel like it doesn't make sense, but a lot of girls like that a lot, or they'll do that normally where they'll just like text a lot instead of like doing a call or not even that, just like moving face to face,
face to face is always well, I always try and get them out as soon as possible for face to face, and it might be like untraditional or not part of the typical game, right?
What it is now, it used to be traditional. Now it's fucking it's
and listen, man, it's fucking coffee, if not even just walking around. But I really don't care about typical means of doing it. Obviously, you can tell it's quite atypical way to go about problem solving, but the one-on-one connection, I mean, Jesus, that's what you have.
That's what you're looking for, right?
You have to, like, there's no point in texting. Like, I may not even respond to them at all before the first hangout or date, and may not even really have a full-on text conversation. After that, it has to be in person. Like, there's no other effective way to communicate with people other than being human. That's what you're after anyways, is to spend time with people.
Yeah.
And it may seem a little bit desperate, but at least it's sincere. I get more done. It's more efficient for me to spend 2 hours on a first date, to even figure out whether I want to text them 10 minutes a day for every other day for a week.
Yeah, it's
right?
efficient. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, but
and get a more accurate read.
Yeah, of course, and you're losing a lot of information that goes on in communication.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've noticed it is kind of important a lot, or girls like it a lot, or people in general. They like getting the attention of like getting notified on their phone a lot. Or like staying in touch, but I feel like it's like, for me, like it's not like a big deal. Like I'll use it to be like, oh, like when are we hanging out, or I'll send like a random meme or something.
Yeah, memes are pretty fucking.
Yeah, no sense is really needed. Like I'll just send some shit, But other than that, like to have a conversation or something, I'll rather do it in person, But I feel like it's different now, especially for my generation.
Yeah,
it's really different. It's really like, you have to be a good texter.
We're both.
Are you Gen Z?
In between. So I think, if I'm correct, you might want to look this up or whatever if you're listening. There's two astronomy authorities, right? Millennial, I believe, is designated for the generation in which Pluto was still considered a planet, right? It was considered not a planet starting in middle of 1994 by the American, or by NASA, right? Rest of the world, it was 1997 that it was stopped being considered planet. So if you were born between 1994 and 1997, give or take, but I know I was born within that time frame, you're considered an in-between. So you are either a millennial, right? Gen Z, or a hybrid of. And I guess I would consider myself a hybrid of.
In between,
right?
of, yeah.
Because a lot of trace millennials, obviously there are so many exceptions, right? You can't really define a person by when Pluto was designated not a planet. But, and I think since then it's actually become a planet again, but,
I don't think so. I think it's
really?
I remember...
It's definitely a situation.
I remember sending a letter when I was maybe 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah, you sent it to Australia?
I sent for some reason I came back with the Canada stamp. Yeah. Fucking wild, yeah. It didn't think much of it then.
Apple AirTag in a package to Sydney and watch it connect to
go to Canada, yeah. How did that get there? Yeah. There's something there, yeah. I specifically remember me being a young kid hearing that Pluto was no longer a planet, because we were
I was devastated, man.
And I remember it happened, and I sent a letter to NASA, and I said, yo, I think you guys made a mistake. I meant to say yo, but I was like, oh, hey NASA,
You got a letter back from Werner von Braun?
I don't know. I don't remember who it was, but
Werner von Braun was
who's that?
The Nazi scientist.
Bro!
The one that created the rocket or something.
Shit.
No, they brought a bunch of Nazis.
No, I knew that. Yeah,
he was one of them.
Yeah, he was one of them.
Werner von Braun. Okay.
That's funny. Bro.
Werner von Braun and the Waffen SS. Okay.
Now that you mention it, I think it was him. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
It was written in German. I thought that was a coincidence.
Yeah, now that I didn't really pay attention to it.
It's got some weird, ominous, German bullshit reading at the end. It's I hope you have a successful day.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Werner von Braun.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Dude, it's so weird.
There's a weird symbol
wish
on
you
the top,
a
too.
Successful day. Instead of saying bye, have a nice day, they say, we hope you have a successful day.
I like that.
I fucking hate that, dude.
Really?
Yeah,
I like
it
that.
feels like I'm being hexed.
Why? What do you mean hex? Why would you not want someone to have a successful day?
No, they say like you're a factory worker. We hope you have a successful day.
Like at work? Or
Nah, like a number, dude. It's very we hope you do well today. We hope you're productive today.
Oh.
And you know what I'm saying? Hey, enjoy the rest of your day. We hope you're productive to society today. The economy needs you. We hope you're good for the economy. That type of, we hope you have a successful day. Very German.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Straight to the point kind of shit, yeah.
Oh, I just really love having a successful day. It's great for the economy.
Yeah, there you go.
And I just sit here and I just drink my little espresso. and I listen to the radio, and I listen to a little bit of opera, and I sit here on my computer, and I have my little cubicle.
Yep, there you go, yeah.
And I love working for Deutsche Bank. And whenever I need a break, they give me a break, and it's very nice. Benefits are very nice. I live in a very nice country. It's a very great social system, and everyone's here really happy. We have everything we need.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And I have a little porch. I fold up my... I have a little table for a little espresso and some tea. And the water here, it's really pure. Just drink it from the faucet.
Very simpleton, yeah.
Yeah. Like very German. You ever know?
Very German. Are they like that? They're like that?
Very like, yeah, student German. They're like, I have a very fuel-efficient apartment. It's 11 and a half square meters. Yeah. It's very nice. It's very good for the environment. I have a pot and I have a pan. It's very simplistic.
They were like.
And then they have like a porch, and they'll be like, I have a very spacious porch. Meanwhile, they have to fold a chair to get out onto their porch and fold it again. Yeah. They have like a table that's big enough for 1.5 plates.
That's funny. Wow. Yeah. I've actually always wanted. I took German.
Great people though.
Yeah.
I love Germany, but like.
I've always wanted to go. I took German in high school.
Yes.
Yeah, ich something, I forgot. I know how to say I have
Die Deutsche Frauen. Woo, Heizer.
Ja, die Ecke. I just know small
I said
phrases.
German women. Hot.
That's the reson I took German.
Really?
Yeah. And then there was this one girl that was actually German, and she was hot as fuck. And we used to always sneak out of class together. So I never learned German, and I failed. Yeah.
Did you touch your little schnitzel?
Yeah. No, I never got that far.
Did you have a very successful time behind the staircase?
It was not a productive time.
I hope you have a successful time.
Yeah, with a little Wiener Schnitzel.
I hope you have a little espresso together. That's what I thought too when I started learning German, and then I realized I like Polish women better.
Really?
Yeah, because they look like me. Like Germans are, I like them, but again, like there's. This is a generalization, right? But it's actually something that I've noticed, right? Being exposed to the culture so much is that Germans actually don't really have a sense of humor. Like my sense of humor. Like the culture doesn't really get like sarcasm, like dry sarcasm. My default, personality is like, it's just like almost like it's almost like rude in Germany, right? When I went to Germany, like I stepped out of line and everybody else was like shames you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't really be like a Florida man in Germany. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But also in Poland, like I'm Polish, right? But in Poland, in Eastern Europe, I was like, I didn't even realize this until recently. A lot of people, they get sarcasm. Things are hard there, dude.
Things are hard there.
Yeah, wherever they built Auschwitz, they get sarcasm. Like I listen, you don't need Auschwitz to make like a sarcastic people, but like you got that type of soil underneath your feet, you're gonna need some coping mechanism. You know? Like Germany, they don't need it. Like they were doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Watch it.
Well, they got fucked over. Yeah. What?
Ukrainians,
after World War I.
Ukrainians, great sense of humor. Half of them starved to death. In the 40s, it's like tragedy.
Good humor. Yeah. You kind of have to, right? Yeah, you kind of have to.
You kind of have to. Yeah. Like what else are you gonna do? You know.
Yeah.
But Polish. Poles. Yeah. I like them. They're tall, blonde hair, blue eyed, and they're very,
curved.
Just like the Vans.
Just like the Vans.
Just very curved. You would.
Just like the Vans.
You would want to skateboard down it.
Oh.
Yes.
Good hills. Yeah.
You would want to skateboard down those hills. For sure.
Oh. Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
You want to skateboard and you want to. Anyways. No. I mean, they just look like me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think there is something I'm like, people do, I think, biologically want to fuck around with people who are like them. You know what I'm saying?
Similar,
look like them. Yeah. Like for a while I like Puerto Ricans and I still do, but it's like there's almost like a biological like it's unfamiliar, you know what I'm saying? I love non-American or like for lack of a better word like non-white people, right? Never really identified as like a white American, right? But because obviously, you know, I'm Jewish and lots of different cultures have converged in my family tree, right? So, but like I never really wanted to be around white people, date white people, but like Polish people, like I don't consider
different
like
kind
an
of
immigrant.
White, yeah.
It like it's not like just white. You know what I'm saying? Like there's culture or the foreign culture, like very specific culture behind it. That's what I consider like non-white, non-ethnically like American. White.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So I like dabbling in just all sorts
Polish,
of, in a good way, all sorts of people, all sorts of flavors of people.
Yeah. Get a little history, culture.
Just something different. There's culture. There's like a different energy.
More history.
Yeah. It's like but I like the Polish culture, and they're very like humble and well educated.
I need to check that out. I've always wanted to go. I haven't gone to any parts of Europe. I really want to go.
Not even Germany?
No, that's on my bucket list.
Nowhere in Europe?
Nowhere.
I feel like you're a Switzerland type of guy.
Yeah?
Oh, you trap all around Switzerland, man.
What?
I just get the vibes, man. You're the type of guy who'd be like, you see those 8-option recycling bins?
Okay, option
Yeah, you been? Oh, yeah, you haven't been this.
Yeah.
You know those recycling bins, like those trash cans?
Yeah.
Yeah? Like Louis C.K. said in that like special, it's a fucking IQ test for a monkey. Like there's 8 options. It's true.
Yeah.
There's like a can, right? And then there's a can without the lid on.
Yeah.
That's a different option. There's a newspaper, and then there's like a newspaper crumpled up here with a can next to it. And then there's like plastic bottle cap, and then plastic bottle with the cap on. And then there's a trash can that says landfill waste, non-recyclable, and it's got like it looks like a fucking evil. Like, you know, like like you're dead. Like they're shaming you.
They're shaming you for putting it in the landfill
for having an item that you want to get rid of. That's not recyclable.
Waste. Yeah.
They're like,
that's so stupid.
If you have a piece of gum and you want to throw it out,
shame on you.
That fucking shame on you. You can't recycle gum. You're like, that's not shame on me, man. I'm just a guy chewing gum and want to get rid of it.
Bro, that's how people in California are like, dude. Like they'll give you bad looks. Like neighbors will give you bad looks for
I know you're
recycling.
from California, but they're a lot of people in California, man, they got their heads so fucking far up their asses. Their Adam's apple are their noses. That's fucking how, like, they got their heads way up their own asses.
Dude, the shit they make up is so stupid.
That's their fucking nose. Yeah.
It's so stupid. I hate it so much.
And they're like, they say it with such conviction.
So, and it's like everything they say is so passive aggressive when it comes to that kind of shit.
Oh, you know? Yeah.
It's like little stuff that they say, like, oh, you're, like, for example, going back to recycling, like, oh, that's so weird that you decided to buy that. Or like,
and then you try to explain the economics of recycling and how much doesn't get recycled because there's no distribution system. And they're like, but it's good for the environment. Technically, if you recycle plastic and you keep it out in the open, that's way worse than throwing it away and burying it. And they're like, but we're going to use it. And like, but you don't understand how the world works, you dumb California.
No, they just take it, you know? Or they'll shame you, like, for example, my hometown, they'll shame, or California, they shame you, like, to get bags in the grocery store. Oh, like, they'll say, how many bags are you going to get? And
they charge you like 10 cents for a shopping bag.
Yep.
I take as many bags as I can when it happens. and I throw them away at the front of the store.
In front of them?
Yeah, like 10 cents for Target. I went to Target in Oakland.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, you didn't bring any bags today?
Yeah, really?
And it's like the self-checkout. They're like, how many bags did you bring today?
Yeah, it's like,
oh, you didn't bring any bags? Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, wow. Well, do you want to buy them for 10 cents?
You want to pay 10 cents and kill everyone on Earth? This is up to you.
Yeah, it's up to you. You chose this. Yeah,
you want the bag.
Yeah.
And it says biodegradable. You want the biodegradable bag, and you really want all these people around you to die? You sure?
That's how it is.
We'll give it. I mean, it's 10 cents. But
it's just only 10 cents.
It's on
really,
you.
it's more than 10 cents.
It's on you. Yeah. If you want bag, the blood of the road is on your hands.
If your grandkids don't see a climate-friendly environment, it's on you.
If you don't even see your grandkids,
that's
you did it to
That's
everyone.
Because you paid 10 cents for a bag.
You make a choice.
Yeah.
You do it to everyone.
That's how it is, bro.
I took a stack of bags every time I go. The same thing in New York City. I do the same thing. Oh, I'm not paying for that. And I take like 5, 6, maybe 10 bags unused, and I just
throw away.
Dude, all of you, like half
you're
the employees,
menace, bro. You're
like the security guard, dude, these security guards at like Target in Oakland, dude, they're red pilled as fuck, dude. Like they're Florida men, but like working a security detail at Target in Oakland. They're like nice. But then you get like the one cashier lady who's like,
oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, it couldn't get any more stereotypical. Like, I recycle, I'm a good person, I smell my own farts, like liberal. It's like, I don't even get political, but it's like, dude, you're a mascot for everything you believe in. There's no way you can like say anything, and even if I agreed with it, I can't listen to you. You know, like you're a meme. You're an NPC with the personality of someone who's annoying. You are an NPC. You're the only NPC that doesn't help the quest.
Yeah,
you're
and you think you are.
Without,
you think you are. Yeah. And you're not doing shit. Yeah. It's so that's literally.
You're like the entrance, like the doorway I want to get into to fight the boss battle. You're kind of like standing there complaining a little bit. Like that's you. You're that type of NPC who's like there. You just make things slightly less. You just add a little, like maybe 5 or 6 seconds to my workday, and I don't really like it. And I make fun of you because it's the only way to cope with you existing. But yeah,
such Karens,
They love you. And they're like you.
I don't know how they believe
you killed my parents.
Yeah, that's how it is, man, bro. But yeah, once I moved here, man, it's so different. I love Florida. I love the people. The only thing I miss is the landscape and environment that California has.
You ever go to California though, like San Francisco, and hit them with that Southern hospitality?
Southern hospitality.
Yeah. Every time I go, I'm like, I hold the door open for people. I'm like, they're like, thank you, because no one holds the door open there. Like, there's no
that is true.
Outwards like people want something, man. Like they hold the door open for you. They want to like chat with you. Like they want something, you know. It's like very selfish or like self-serving state. Like they'll do nice things for you, but it's like
for something in return.
Oh, I want to take a picture of me doing something nice for a disabled person. It's like what? It's like I mean what? I mean, listen, I'm from Florida. It's not my state, but
yeah.
And I go open the door to Starbucks. I'm like, oh, how's your day going, guys? They're like, oh, they're in California. They're like, it's great. Thank you for asking. It's really, you're really kind. Well, I've just come from the South. It's just something I do. So, I hear it may be evil, but I've done it. And
but I've done it.
What do y'all got planned for today? They're like, I just really dig the accent. Thank you. We didn't know anyone from the South wasn't racist.
Yeah, that's literally what they say.
Yeah, they're like,
yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, I can never be racist. No, ma'am, it's not in my DNA.
Yeah.
In the South, we're always welcoming to everyone. We don't see anyone for what they are except for their own hospitality. I say, you want to come over for a barbecue? Bring the pork. I'll bring the chicken. They're like, wow, you change our conception of everybody in Florida who we thought was racist and bigot.
The first thing they ask me, like when I say I'm from Florida, they're like, yo, so like, is it racist? I'm like, bro, really?
It's
literally the first thing.
Come on. California's like, it
depends. There's little pockets, you know? Yeah.
They're racist. Like, at nighttime, come on, you get that girl from Target, nighttime. There's a guy on the other side of the street, we won't say, but she might use a crosswalk to get to the other side of the street. You know what I'm saying? Like they're unprejudiced until push comes to shove, and it's not about race. It's not about like other people. It's about being like, oh, I don't want to be alone on a sidewalk next to someone I don't fucking know who's like, you know, way stronger than I, or like I just don't fucking know them. I don't want to be like on the same side. Like I have the option to cross the street.
Well, I think they're like, more hidden. They're more hidden in the way.
Yeah, way more so.
Yeah. Hella subtle. Yeah. But then, like to face, they're like, oh my god, no, I'm a supporter of everything. You know, I accept that.
Yeah, you're a supporter until you're
actually in a situation.
Yeah. Like, no, I don't want to be supporting this. I want to support myself. It's like, all right, you got a little hypocrites here, huh?
Well, Florida's more honest. Like I think at least they're more honest about how they think. You know, like they're like, I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm gonna tell you this is how I think.
Yeah, and that's painted as like racist or bigoted. It's like, no, I really just don't care.
Yeah, I just don't care or like you. Like I just don't know you.
It's the state of individual freedom, man.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. You honk at someone at a stoplight, they might kill you. Like they might shoot you. But maybe you deserved it. Maybe you didn't have to honk, man. But like that's why I don't honk. I don't use my horn in Florida, and things are great, dude. Like New York, I don't honk either. It's like, oh, you're on your phone. Oh yeah, we'll wait for the next green light. No worries. Like it's that's not big. That's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Someone's in front of you at a stoplight. It's like a green arrow, and you're like, oh no, they probably got an important text to send. It's like, what the fuck do I?
I'll do a courteous honk. I'll do a little like not like a. I'll do like a little.
Or I'll just go around them. I mean, there's no traffic laws in Florida, anyways.
I won't I won't go around everything, but I'll do like a little, you know, or like a super like light honk, not like a, because you know some people do this shit hella long. I'm like, nah, there's no point in me going hella. Yeah, they'll fucking go there for like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
you know?
they're like, in New York, this wouldn't be, you know, in New York we would honk for longer. Like,
super long.
In Florida, unnecessary. Taking everything in our fucking bones not to just shoot you right now with one of the 5 shotguns we all carry in the back.
They all carry. Yeah, they all carry in their truck.
Like, or in the glove compartment. The New Yorkers have no fucking idea the fire they could be playing with. Like they're literally pouring gasoline, like all around them. And it just so happens that the lighter is out of juice. Like, it just so happens they just don't spark. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have no fucking idea how lucky they are when they're at an intersection and they're behind a giant red F-350. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you gotta count your fucking blessings.
You gotta be careful, yeah.
You're driving that, like, Audi M2, you know, with, like, the New York tags or whatever, or that Subaru BRZ.
Okay, like,
dude, shit's going great until it ain't. Don't honk. You're taking your life in your own hand. Like, every time you honk and something doesn't happen to you, don't, like, cut it. That's right there. That's a line right there.
That's a
don't
sign.
Honk anymore. Don't do it. Don't do it. Like, go around them. You don't even have to use your turn signals in Florida.
Is that true?
No, I mean, it's not true, but I mean, everyone does. You just go far enough and you transit. Like, what are they doing? Like, catching up to you and not, like, it doesn't matter if you use your turn signal and you're like 100 feet. They just don't let the cops see you. But I speed all the time. I rarely stop at stop signs. I'm admitting to a lot of crime. Yeah. The only reason why I don't run red lights like at night is sometimes I can't tell if they have a camera.
Well, you know what? The fucking not Google Maps, but Apple Maps. They have the little symbol where you actually can see.
Sometimes I've noticed it's like
not accurate all the time.
Not always. Yeah, like there's always that one or two light, and they're like, it hasn't been updated yet. Yeah. So if I'm there for long enough, and there's enough ambient light, I'll be like.
You'll
because the lights are obvious here, like they're like modified traffic lights that now have like, they added on the license plate lights, right? And you're like, because like we have like dark green or whatever, like traffic light poles, and then the traffic lights that are added on are always like white, and then like on tall sticks on top of it. It's like, they'll take a picture of your license plate and nail you. But or some things I'll do is I'll just make a right turn, and again, if it's just totally like ghost town at night, let's right, go. You trying to go? I don't care.
Yeah.
But Florida's a cool place, man, to be a person.
I like it. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only things, like I said, not too much like scenery, I'd say, or not that as much that I've seen.
Yeah.
But I like the people more, and it makes up for I think it makes up for it in like people wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like California people though. Like, you can find a cool California.
Well, it's like it's like one in it's like I'd say 1 in 15. 1 in 10, 1 in 15.
Yeah,
really cool
I would say it's like
California.
1 in 200. That's like, oh, you should be on a California flag. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be repping the state.
Yeah.
But it's also really cool when you go to California, you see a celebrity, and you're like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, you may not know him, but I think his name is like David something. I saw him on Park Avenue today. He's a very famous designer. He was eating at Briar Patch. I looked at him and I was like, he looked up at me and I was like, oh, we're having a moment. But but I looked at him and I was like, oh, you're the guy from HGTV. I didn't say anything, but I was like, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just had a little glance there,
Yeah.
That's funny.
And I forgot he lives in Orlando. I'm like,
Due to technical difficulties, that is all that I have left for today's episode. If you have finished all the way through, thank you so much for listening. And until then, this has been From Ground to Great, a business, aviation, and personal growth podcast. Catch you next time.